I was thinking about consumerism, and as you know, I have had a bit of an aversion to capitalism and consumerism for various reasons, but consumerism is not, I cannot say that it is bad in and of itself, although quite frankly nothing is bad in and of itself. It's the paradigm that makes it so. But that abstraction aside, consumerism isn't bad in and of itself. The problem with it, and this ties into what I spoke earlier about with enough, is that purchasing things, and I'm sure there are those who have studied this and have much more better ways to articulate it and explain it, but purchasing things seems to set off some sort of synapse or reward system in our brain. There's a little sort of ping that happens when we buy something new, I think. And especially if it is something for enjoyment or pleasure, I can't say, buying an apple necessarily has the same result. But it fades very quickly. And I remember a friend talking to me about this once, and he had said that it's sort of a constant, it's a conveyor belt. It feeds itself. It's almost, in a certain sense, like a bit of an addiction. We enjoy that ping in our brains. And that's what I don't like about consumerism, is that it feeds on itself and promotes purchase of numerous goods which we may not need, most certainly or almost always does not bring us happiness, although they may be useful and we may achieve enjoyment from them. They most certain, well, not most certainly, nothing is certain, but they are highly unlikely to bring fulfillment. And so, but yet it is such a huge part, or at least was a huge part of the culture that I lived in, and it was something that I bucked against a little bit. Whether that's right or wrong, I cannot say, but I've expressed my concerns with it, especially in terms of enough and realizing that we need so much less than what we think or desire. It also makes me think of, I had heard once, and I cannot remember if this was from a TED Talk. The shower thing, by the way, was I had gained from Tim Ferriss's work and his conversations with numerous, or a handful of guests that do something of that sort, or at least, again, my memory is not the best. I think Tony Robbins did something of that sort. But anyway, it reminds me of, I had heard, and this I think was from a TED Talk, not that it matters, but if you want to get some food or you're going to eat and you're trying not to, for whatever that reason may be, preferably a health one, is to wait simply 5 minutes. And that after waiting 5 minutes, the desire will dissipate. And I think of it also in terms of consumerism, in that if you wait, the desire dissipates. And not only do you need to wait, but you need to remove the stimulus. In terms of, I remember when I used to be very interested in going to movies and would get excited about movies. And then once I removed advertising from my digestive, my menu, so to speak, and I can't remember how that happened, but I simply maybe had stopped watching things. I can't recall. But all of a sudden I did not have as much desire to go see movies, which is of no surprise. But the point being, remove the consumption, the thing that is producing the stimulus to consume too, and the desire will dissipate. So With that, I bid you adieu. Again, I recommend Winnie-the-Pooh, The House at Pooh Corner, and the work of Clarice Jensen.